which camp are you in? Should we eat to look good, or should we eat and train to feel good? It's so hard to tell. As women, as people into health and fitness, there are times in our life where we're like, I don't like the muffin top, I just want to look better. I went, in a swimsuit and I didn't like how I looked. I got a picture back and I didn't like how I looked. I want to look better because that's going to make me feel better. And some of that is inside work, what looks good and what doesn't look good. Some of that's dressing, like wearing things, or the lighting or the angle. So we can't get obsessed in that. I don't think it's bad to have physical goals as long as like you're achieving them through nutrition and moderate workouts, like 30 minutes to an hour, not like, I'm not saying starvation or crazy overworking out or anything like that. I think it's actually, for a lot of personalities, can be good to have those types of goals. But then, there's this other camp I see a lot of times in my own personality and then with people that I'm coaching, where they, whether it's now or in the past, their experience, they will have gotten great success with a certain way of eating or exercising, but then like they fall off the wagon and it doesn't stick, they gain weight back, things come unraveled, and they're like, well, that didn't work, that was too disciplined, that was too hard, like that, nobody should be that disciplined, that was too much. And so they go into this feel, like, I want to feel it, it needs to always feel easy, it needs to always feel good. And basically like caring or being too disciplined is bad, it needs to always feel good. And I've kind of been in that camp the past couple months because I was feeling really good. And what I basically have been very disciplined for a year, like almost no carbohydrates. Not that carbohydrates are bad, they're really great, but I was trying to heal candida and heal my gut. And I did that for a year, and then tortilla chips came back into my life. And it just kind of sneaked in, and first it was like at a Mexican meal, and then it was more and more. And it became to where like last week I would go to the grocery store, I'd be ready to check out, and I'd be like, I've got to have chips and guac. And I would turn around, I would go get chips and guac, and I would eat the whole bag in the car. And it felt good. I mean, I felt great. My mood was great. I was happy. It felt good with my body. I was like, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how we're supposed to feel. But guess what? I've been doing that for like a month and a half, and it's kind of gotten progressively more obsessive, I would say unhealthy, but I felt really good until this past week, where it's like it messed with me. And I started to feel anxious, started to feel depressed. My workouts are feeling stiff. I feel like I'm retaining like water, just like stiff. I mean, when you're feeling like constant thoughts of like negative talk in your head, negative self-talk, like loss of ambition, it's not worth it. Those good feelings I had before, so this was the result of it, and it wasn't worth it. And so I've been really considering like, well, where should I lie in all of this, and what should I teach my children? And I really believe that going forward, I really want to like instill in my kids and in myself a good, better, best. Good, better, best. May your good become better and your better become best. And really thinking through what is good, better, and best. And so I hear people all the time like obsessed with donuts. And I can't have donuts because I have celiac disease. Sure, I could buy like a gluten-free donut. It's just not gonna taste that good. But let me just tell you, my life is very happy without Krispy Kreme. It is. I don't need to have a Krispy Kreme on my birthday to be happy and have a good birthday. I don't need it on National Donut Day. I can be happy without it. And yet there's this like national consensus that we must have donuts to be happy in life. And so I think, I don't struggle with donuts because I don't need them. But tortilla chips I do. So what would be a good, better, best in a donut tortilla chip situation? I think a good choice might be only eating a donut, only eating tortilla chips, like when maybe it's a special occasion, a birthday, something like that, or maybe once a month would be, you know, good. A better one would be, and maybe for you, your good is once a week, okay? Maybe it's once a week, or maybe it's not buying it. A good would be maybe not buying donuts, not going and getting them alone, not buying tortilla chips, only eating them at a restaurant or for a special event. Maybe a better one would be only having a donut or tortilla chips once every quarter. Like look at kind of like plan out when it's going to be. I don't want to say plan out, that's probably not really fun. I don't know, better for me I think would be only on a holiday or a special celebration, like a birthday or something like that. And then best would be just not eating them, or like twice a year, but probably never. That's actually best. And it's like we can't grasp that that's actually best. There's nothing good in them for us. Like people that lived a long time ago, hundreds of years ago, they did not have donuts and tortilla chips. They could be happy without them. They could be happy without them. So we don't need them. And if we are fighting for them, it means that like we got some work to do up here because it's not worth fighting for. But it doesn't mean that they're bad. It's just a good, better, best. And that's what I'm going to try to really teach my kids, you know, when it comes to, if we go by how it feels, like I'm not going to teach my teenagers, like, do you feel like sex would make you happy and feel good? Does that feel like it would make you happy and not have any negative effects? Do you feel like doing your homework? How about you only do it like once a week or once a, you know, whenever. No, like we're not going to teach them. We're going to teach them that discipline is good and that there are long-term positive results of discipline. So I just wanted to leave you with that, and I would love to hear what, you know, just feedback, like what areas you feel like you struggle having that balance, trying to find your good, better, best, instead of getting so obsessive about good and bad. Allow yourself to be on a journey instead of labeling foods good or bad. Realize that we always have our good, better, best, and that we can always look for like what are the compound effects of what I'm doing. So I wanted to leave you with that, and I can't wait to hear back from you. I'm happy to say that I'm 2-day tortilla chip sober, going for my best by just eating whole foods, clean foods. I'm going back to my portion fixed eating system that I use with all my coaching clients. I should be using, but you know, I'm human. I was operating in good, and I want to operate in best.